My coworker genuinely believes that birds aren't real and tried to convince our entire office during a meeting. This happened last week during our monthly team meeting. We were discussing the new office building's outdoor seating area when someone mentioned how nice it would be to watch birds during lunch breaks. That's when Jessica, our marketing coordinator, got this serious look on her face. Actually, we should talk about that, she said. Birds aren't real. Everyone kind of chuckled, thinking she was making a joke, but Jessica didn't smile. I'm being serious. Birds are government surveillance drones. They've been replacing real birds since the 1970s. The room went completely silent. Our manager, Dave, cleared his throat. Jessica, you were kidding, right? Why would I kid about something this important? Have you ever seen a baby pigeon? What? Baby pigeons? Have you ever seen one? No, because they don't exist. They just manufacture new adult pigeons in factories. I looked around the room. Exena was staring at Jessica like she'd grown a second head. Dave tried to redirect. Okay, let's maybe get back to the seating arrangements. No, this is exactly why we need to talk about this, Jessica interrupted. You are also brainwashed. You can't see the truth. Why do you think birds sit on power lines? They're recharging. Jessica, our HR representative, Sarah said gently. Birds sit on power lines because it's a safe place to rest. That's what they want you to think. But have you noticed how many more birds there are around government buildings? It's surveillance. I couldn't help myself. So you think every bird is a robot? Some are real, but they're endangered because the fake ones are taking over their habitats. The government started the Birds Ain't Real program after all the birds died in the 1960s from pesticides. Wait, said Tom from accounting. If the birds died from pesticides, how are there still real ones? They kept some alive in secret facilities for breeding, but most of what you see outside are drones. Dave was rubbing his temples. Jessica, this is a conspiracy theory. It's not a theory when here is evidence. Have you ever seen a bird poop on a government car? No, because they're programmed out to. I've definitely seen bird poop on police cars, I said. Those weren't real birds. That was probably a malfunction, or maybe it was a real bird that escaped from the breeding facilities. The meeting had completely derailed at this point. People were pulling out their phones, probably Googling Birds Ain't Real to see if this was actually a thing. Jessica, Sarah said. Where did you learn about this? There are tons of videos about it. The evidence is everywhere once you know what to look for. Like, have you ever noticed that birds fly in perfect formations? That's programming. That's called flocking behavior, said Michelle from our science communication team. It's a natural survival instinct. That's exactly what they've programmed them to do to make it look natural. At this point, Dave just gave up. Okay, let's take a 15-minute break. When we come back, we'll focus on the seating arrangements only. Fact out Birds Ain't Real is actually a satirical conspiracy theory created to make fun of real conspiracy theories. But Jessica was completely serious. When I tried to explain this to her, she shook her head sadly. That's what they want you to think. They create fake satirical movements to discredit the real truth tellers. I realized there was no reasoning with her for the rest of the meeting. Every time someone mentioned anything outdoors, Jessica would make comments about surveillance birds and avoiding drone detection. She now brings binoculars to work and takes notes about suspicious bird activity during her lunch breaks. HR is trying to figure out if believing in fake birds counts as a protected religious belief. The weirdest part, 3 people in our office have now joined her bird watching sessions, and I can't tell if they're humoring her or if she's actually converting them. I've never questioned reality more in my life.